Yeah, I think what was really cool was DQ hit us right out the gate. This period is about getting to know each other and compete. And he said something that I thought was awesome. Was he's like, he made us all. He said, if you were here last year, stand up, move around, different seats, get to know guys. And he's like, man, those of you that have been through this before, you know how it goes. In 6 weeks, some of these dudes that you're meeting for the first time will turn into some of your best buds. And that's so true. Nobody's just ever said it just flat out like that, and I just I love that mindset. I got a couple guys next to me that I've never played with in the locker room, getting to chat with them every single day, getting it all mixed up with different guys in the workouts, and then starting to ramp up competition stuff. So it's very cool, like clear mindset of what this period is.
Is it different from other regime changes? Do you sense anything different?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's got to be such a fun part of coaching. Is you're looking at these you're looking at these dudes that are professional football players, and how can galvanize all of us and bring us together towards a common goal whenever we're all wanting to have our success, our teammate success, our entire franchise success. And so I think that it's been cool to just see even quickly how the day is operated, where we're all mixed together and it's all the competition stuff is just now like heating up a little bit, but it's all little stuff. It's just little drills that we're just kind of getting back into it. But it's like the O lines with the D line and the DBs are with the wide receivers, and it's a cool way to do it, and so I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, Tress, Scott Abraham, good to see you.
What's up, Scott?
With so many new guys in the locker room, right? What is the challenge there of meshing everybody together? Because it's basically newness for everybody.
Yeah, I think 100% the biggest challenge is everybody brings something with them that they've had their whole career. Everybody's got unique strengths, everybody's got unique gifts, and so I think the biggest thing, I know something that I try and do, as one of the veterans in the locker room. I just like to empower guys, things that they do well, and even just whether it be something in workouts or details or getting to know them at the breakfast table, seeing them in the weight room, and just kind of asking their history, their story, how they got into the league. That's just something I try and do personally, is getting to know guys on that kind of personal level. And it just quickly, like, this is such a special game and it's such an emotional game, and you quickly get close to guys. And so I think that is probably the biggest challenge, is that, as head coach, position coaches, GM, like, you bring all these guys together, and man, you're really encouraging them, pushing this period that we have together. But then it's on us to actually step out, get to know one another, create this bond, and then go win some football games.
Over the last couple of months, we've talked to a lot of players that have played for DQ previously, that he's a player's coach. In your limited interaction with DQ, what have you picked up on? What stood out about DQ for you?
Yeah, I texted him as soon as he got the job to congratulate him, and he was just like, "Hey, can I give you a call?" And we just chat real quick. We were celebrating a family birthday out on the West Coast, and I was like, "Hey, I'll be in Monday. I'd love to pop in." And we chatted for close to 20 or 25 minutes, and I bet 3 minutes of it was about football, and all he asked was how I got into the league, and that was just cool. Like, I just got to sit there and chat with my new head coach up in his office, and just the questions he asked, and I got to ask him some questions, and it was I'll always remember that. That was a cool way to kind of start this relationship and friendship. So.
Hi, Tress. It's Nikki. Just to follow up on that, have you ever had that with the coach being in college, pros going up? I mean, have you ever been able to just sit there and talk to him for a bit?
Yeah, I think every coach in their own way has a way of obviously, relating to guys and being able to have conversations with guys. And part of the reason I was able to do that with DQ was we stayed here. The older two kids, the twins, are in kindergarten now, so we stayed around all offseason. And so I popped in after he got the job. And so other times it's been text messages or phone calls and things like that. But this was a special circumstance where I was actually able to be here. And so it was just another reason to be thankful for that time, getting to chat with him.
And what are your impressions of Larry Izzo?
Oh yeah. So the thing is as a specialist and a dude like my life is special teams. I mean, I'm playing for a coach who was and like is a playing legend. And so our first interaction, I get into his office and I'm talking within 20 seconds, we're on the whiteboard and I'm just talking about little things and schemes with the punt team and coverage and like things like that. And it is just, I mean, it's awesome. Like I can't wait for our special teams meetings to start firing up, and that's such a cool. Just being a veteran player and like you get to be around different coaches. It's so fun watching guys, and especially the success that he has had. Where those Seattle special teams units, I mean, you could track back to ever since I've been in the league since my rookie year. Those Seattle special teams units, they just hunt. And so as a punter, you love having your dudes who want to go hunt, and especially a coach that is pushing them to go hunt and who used to hunt in his own day. So that is definitely exciting to be playing with him for sure.
Mr. Wade, it's Chick here.
What's up, Chick?
Hey, so I'm sure you're not privy to all the signings, so you're finding out on social media. You see Zach Ertz, you see Bobby Wagner. I mean, what's your initial reaction when you start seeing all these names pop up?
Yeah, I think the coolest thing about bringing in guys that are some of the best players at their position in the game, in the history of the game. I mean, just Ertz torched us for years. Like it was like every freaking third down playing against Philly. Oh, all right, Ertz got the first down. And it's just that kind and then when you know Wagner's on the other side of the ball or the other sideline, it's like freaking Bobby's over there. And then now they're in your locker room. And I think the coolest thing is like even me playing against these guys for years, like you see them in their helmet and their uniform on game day, and those are special dudes on game day. You don't get to do every day with them. And so, like, I see him walk into the building. I'm like, there's freaking Bobby Wagner right there. And he's just approachable, smiling, humble, just excited to be here. Same with Zach. Zach sits down first day. He and I just had some breakfast together, and we're chatting a little bit. And it's just so cool to see these guys in their day-to-day life. And it's like reverse order. Like, instead of getting to know them first and then seeing them on game day, you're playing against them for years and then now getting to do day-to-day. And it's a fun thing to see in person.
Firmly in cheek, what do a Oklahoma guy and a Harvard guy in Tyler talk about?
Tyler, I think this has probably made its way to the media in some form or fashion. Tyler beat me in the state championship my senior year. He went to my rival high school, so we're both Tulsa kids. And, I have been very careful, even in our texts. I usually just kind of send text. You and I have text back and forth. And this is no disrespect for you. I don't ever proofread my text to you. But, when I text Tyler now, I'm like, I'm texting dude from Harvard. I got to be on all my stuff. And also, too, when I chime in arguments, I'm pretty quick to shoot first, ask questions later. And even in 2 days, I find myself listening first and then maybe speaking second. And so I think it's good for me. Yeah, it's good for me.
Well done.
Hey, Tress, Donna.
Hey, Donna.
What's your mindset going into this season with all the changes? How do you see this playing out?
Yeah, last year, full disclosure, I just have a real sour taste in my mouth last year just for me personally. I really didn't feel like I'd played well, had a couple injury things that I was battling for the first time. The stuff that went down with Cheese was just heartbreaking, obviously, as a good buddy of mine. And there was just so many things. I'm just so disappointed with how I handled it mentally and like with my attitude. That's usually something that I've just had over the years that I've just been able to kind of build off of that. And so for me personally moving forward, took a big old bite of humble pie, and I've really been focused on the other guys and a lot of these changes, and I'm so thankful that I'm one of the guys that has been around for so long. And so my focus has been, coming back to square one. What do I do? Like, what is my style of game to get back and hone that in for the punter that I am, getting to know all of the new guys that are going to be on special teams, the new veterans, the new starters, the new leaders on the team. And so I'm just trying to almost take a step back, if you will, and kind of like rebuild and have a little bit different of approach moving forward.
Chris, when you talk about guys like position groups mixing together. Like, what have you guys been doing just your first day and a half? Like, what do these days look like in the facility?
Yeah, our strength staff's unbelievable. They do such a great job of just reminding us because it's funny, man. You'll be gone for months, and then you show up, and even me, I have no business competing with these guys in any sort of sprints or like band drills where we're jumping side to side. But it's just I firmly believe we were just wired that way, and you line somebody up next to you, and you're going to try and do more reps than the guy next to you. You're going to try and go faster than the guy next to you. And they do such a great job of just, hey, we are building up. You guys have been doing this for years. This is your job. This is your body. Let's build up. It's the beginning of April. We're working up to, the season. And so it's just been little things like that where, hey, we're doing side-to-side band work. We're in the weight room together. And not that it's necessarily like wins and losses competing. It's more that you're just there and everybody's pushing one another, if that makes sense. And then obviously once we get on the field and we throw some helmets on, got the balls flying around, then the real competing will start up in that way. And so it's just little stuff like that for right now.
New regimes you've been through, obviously everybody always comes in with optimism and here's the changes we're going to make. We want to go, we want to win a championship. We want to go here. Is there something or things you've picked up on in those different transitions where you've been like, oh, this shows me that we actually can get there this time, or this shows me that we mean it, I guess?
Yeah, I think the thing that's been revealing to me every single year is how no matter how last year was, good, bad, different regime, same regime, everybody always feels the exact same this time of year. There is just, and rightly so, there's so much excitement. It is so fun. Like it is just us in there, and there hasn't been a game played yet, and we're getting to know each other and things like that. But I do think that like what I am picking up on with DQ is just this like this very special mindset, and there's just this there he has like. It's so authentic the way he's like delivering a message to you and like, or going through a PowerPoint slide. And it's just, it's very, very hard to explain. I'm sure you guys have probably seen it whenever he's been doing this, talking to y'all, but it is very impressive. It's very fun. And so that is something where, I love. I actually came from Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris had a bunch of the veterans up for a lunch one time, and he was just like, I am so thankful and excited to be doing this. I am looking forward to this journey. And he goes, but one thing speeds all this up, and this is you guys winning football games. And I love nothing more than being on board with the head ball coach and his message and what he wants to do. And at the end of the day, it comes down to us going out and winning football games. And it's a very like pressure environment, but also a very like freeing environment where it's like, all right, full send, let's just let it roll.
Hey, Tress, David Harrison. I know, we all know what it's like to be in the media part, and the fans obviously are watching all the stuff unfolding with the team. The coach hires, the new players coming in. But as a member of the organization, what is it like for you as you're seeing all these new names being signed to contracts and the new regime being put in place?
Yeah, I think my wife and I, from time to time, would check in and see some of the different interviews and some of the media days whenever Adam was speaking and when DQ was speaking. And it's just so cool that the excitement that they would have, like when they'd be talking to the media and they'd be we'd be watching them do this, and then you just see these like splashes being made, and we haven't even made it to the freaking draft yet. And so like it's just it seems like everything has been on purpose and everything has been building momentum. And then I know it sounds funny, but I think it's just the coolest thing in the locker room with everybody in all these different seats and us all getting to know each other, because you got freaking Austin Eckler in the locker room. I'm getting to know my new long snapper and our new place kicker. And then you're bringing in Marcus Mariota and Bobby Wagner. And we still got Payne and Allen and everybody, like, and saw Terry today. And like, it's very cool how it seems like it's all compounding in a good way. And we haven't even got to practice yet. So.
And then we talked to Josh Harris in Orlando, and he mentioned, paying attention to the NFLPA survey and getting that money to try to make things better for you guys and the fan experience and everything. How much does that mean to you as a player to know that your owner, given what he's got to work with right now, is trying to make things better for you guys?
Yeah, I think that's such a huge. If I'm not mistaken, I think the NFLPA survey also had a grade like for the ownership of how we believed or how like players would believe if they're willing to invest or not. And I believe that Mr. Harris had a pretty great approval rating, and that is the way he talks to us. I think he's very authentic. He's very, very grateful and humble, and so I just. I know that it's just part of the long game. Like this is just how it goes. Anybody that's ever been waiting on a house to be built or see a neighborhood go up, like things just aren't going to happen overnight. But as long as people are, doing their jobs and trying to do it the right way, and then typically, some good things will start happening. And I'm really honored to be a part of that. And so I don't think you'll ever catch me not being too thankful for being around here. So I'm all right with that.
Hey Tress, along the lines of getting to know your teammates, could you update us on the status of whether it's cornhole or whatever other game is going on in the locker room? What's the outlook this season?
Right now there is nothing going on. Everybody how our days are scheduled out. It is. I mean, I pop into the locker room to get changed or go hop in the cold tub, run over to hit some punts or do something like that. It is. I have not got to. I'm catching dudes in hallways and passing and at lunch and things like that. But I'm sure once we kind of settle down into the acclimation period and we got practice and breaks and things like that, you got a bunch of savvy vets around. There's somebody's going to be keeping score of something. So we may have to write a couple letters to DQ and see if we can get some special things in there. So.
Right. So I was gonna say, so whether it's cornhole or ping pong were to come back, is this good time for you to like get scatter reports and all these guys to figure out?
Yeah. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm getting to know my guys on a personal level because I care about them, but also I do have the goal of beating them in whatever it is that we keep score at. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Thanks, Tress.
Hey, it's good to see you guys. We'll see y'all soon.